out of Darwin. Otherwise, they're going to end up as steaks, you know? So that process, you do have to get on top of it, your decision-making process. But you're really talking about something much more fundamental, and that is, I think what you're saying is, when did you crystallize the idea of enough self-confidence in your instincts and your point of view and your passions, or you go, like, for example, these projects that I've done, and which, as I say, they sort of appear von Stroheim-like in their ambition. I don't start out going, I will recreate the modern musical using postmodern techniques. The world will shake when the musical returns. I mean, I just go like, I love musicals when I was young. Wouldn't it be great to see them on the screen again? That'd be good to do, and it just seems like a small thing. Then it turns into, years of work and comment and people for and against and blah, blah, and that all just sort of appears out of nowhere. So your question is, at what point did I get to a place where I go, wouldn't it be good to see the musical work again? I think it can work. No, I don't think it can work. I'm sure it can work. Like that kind of commitment process, And I will admit to you that I've got better at the process of doing that. And I will say to you, as a child, I probably was the best at it I've ever been. Because as a child, you just go, hey, let's, boom, and that sheet, and and now I'm doing Starsky and Hutch, the Heron's Creek production with me as Huggy Bear, So, which I was awesome at, by the way. That's called imagination, and imagining, getting people together and telling a story. When you're a child, nothing gets in the way of your instincts. Nothing. I mean, if you have that instinct.
And something must have told you when you were young, watching those big movies on the screen, that movies can do something really big, and you must be drawn to that.
No one said that to me, no.
But you must have felt it. Something
draws
you to...
I don't really understand the question. Just try me again.
Something must draw you to everything that you've done is sort of larger than life. You go through this creative period of indecision, and then you're drawn to making Australia. Something must. I'm just following up sort of along these lines.
It's a good investigation.
Something must draw you to.
I feel like I'm with Dr. Phil here.
Something must draw you to making movies of this big scope. There must be something that you trust, that you can deliver a movie that just touches all our emotions.
Well, I know what you're getting at. That's a really interesting question, but it's two parts. One is, what makes me think I can do it? And the other one is, why would I do it? Now, look, honestly, we're somewhat in a... It's not like... I mean, how do I say this without sounding like the most pretentious man in the world? Not possible, and people think I am anyway, so I may as well say it. I mean, maybe I should take that Bond picture. What I mean is, every day I think, does it have to be this painful? Does it have to require so much life? Sometimes, mostly, sometimes. And there's a road there where marvelous pre-written texts come along, and I think, what an idiot. Why didn't I just do that? It'd be 6 months, you're not underpaid, it'd be exciting and fun, and I love those movies. I mean, I love great movies, and great movies can be anything from, Apocalypse Now to, I haven't seen the last Bond, but the one before was terrific,
Casino Royale.
Yeah, Casino Royale. And I'm like, well, that would be fun. I think an Australian directed that. I think so. Did Martin Campbell do that? Yeah, he's New Zealander, I think, actually. But anyway, the reason I'm saying that is because I have this room full of ideas, which isn't really the extent of all the ideas and feelings I have in my mind. And you're right about one thing. As a child, and I've evermore have gone, wouldn't it be great? And I see it, and I start to see anything, it comes from a desire to see those things come about, and then I've never been able to separate art and life. I tried to once, and that's actually the moment when I start to lose my instincts, right? Where I try to have a more, what people call a normal life. This is completely normal to me. There is no weekend or day or night. It has its own rhythm. And what I recognize is that the art, the creativity, and the life They're one thing, so they better feed each other. So I like to think of it as an adventure. So one of the things I'm thinking about now with all, apart from when will this be over and when can I go walk about myself, but if there is another creative project, it will come from what the first question I ask is, what does my life need in it? Where would I like to live? I have a family now. Personally I start, what does my soul need? Like, what do I need to attend to in my own journey? And then out of that, I would extrapolate a creative adventure that also fulfills maybe some creative ambition. Am I making any sense of it?
Very much. And
Okay.
I guess we have to wrap up. I mean, you talking about your creative process, you're giving audiences also a great adventure, and they'll find out for themselves when they see this movie. But thanks a lot for being here.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you.